Reneus and Duke were talking to Coldy quietly next morning when Sir Handel came into the yards. "Hello," chuckled Reneus. "Here we go." "I nearly came off," fumed Sir Handel. "Those coaches pushed me. The fat controller says they didn't. He says I kept a bad lookout." "We've no money to mend you," he said, "and if it happens again, I'll leave you at the back of the shed. Why does he always pick on me? It's not fair." Reneus said nothing. He just winked at Sir Handel like this. "As you were saying, Coldy," remarked Duke, "you had 2 coaches on your trial trip. Do you ever take more?" "No, our line is so steep that we're only allowed 1. We each have our own. Mine's called Catherine. I know her well. That's most important." "Why?" asked Sir Handel. "They're only coaches." "Ours," said Coldy, "are something more. We pull your coaches and you can see ahead. We push ours up so we can't see. They watch the line for us. The guard watches too, of course, but Catherine's so clever that I know at once if anything is wrong." "That must take a load off your mind," laughed Duke. Coldy smiled. "But not off my buffers. Climbing's hard work and needs a lot of steam. My fireman and I have a tiring time. Coming down," he went on, "it's different. Catherine and I just roll. We need no steam for that." Sir Handel sighed enviously. "I should like that," he said. "With your automatic brakes, it sounds like a rest cure." "That," replied Coldy, "was just the mistake poor Godred made." "Who," asked Reneus, "is Godred?" "Godred was our number 1 and named after a king," Coldy replied. "Perhaps that went to his smoke box and made him conceited. He'd never keep a good lookout. He'd roll down the line looking everywhere but at the track. 'You'll have an accident,' I told him. 'Ooh,' he said. 'I've got automatic brakes, haven't I? And driver's got his air brake. What more do you want?' 'More sense from you,' I said. 'No engine can stop at once if he isn't ready to obey his driver's controls.' The first thing a young engine learns. Godred never learned sense. Hence, his driver and fireman and the manager all spoke to him. They even took him to pieces to see if anything was wrong, but he still went on in the same old way. One day I was going up and waited for Godred coming down to pass me. As I waited, so it happened. One moment he was on the track. The next, his driver and fireman jumped clear as he rolled over. No one was hurt. His coach stayed on the rails and the guard braked her to a stop. "We've no money to mend you, so you'll go back to the shed." As time went on, poor Godred got smaller and smaller till nothing was left. What happened?" asked Sir Handel anxiously. "It's not nice to talk about," said Coldy, "but what happened? Why isn't it nice?" "Our drivers used Godred's parts to mend us," answered Coldy mournfully. Sir Handel was unusually silent long after Coldy had gone home. Neither Duke nor Aeneas ever mentioned that Coldy had made the story up.